get your back obliterated with these fragrances. The first is Delina by Parfums de Marly. I don't have the bottle, but it smells like lychee and rhubarb. Now, lychee is a juicy, fruity kind of smell, and rhubarb is a sour note. So test it on your skin if you're at Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus. Don't rub it in though, because I made a lot of videos as to why you shouldn't rub in your fragrance. But when you test Delina, some people get more of the sour note, but others like me get more of the sweet, fruity fragrance, but it's very, very attractive. It's a head turner, definitely a back-breaking kind of fragrance. Next is Angel Share by Kilian. Now this is actually a unisex fragrance, and it straight up smells like cinnamon rolls. So not only is this extremely sexy, but it's also very comforting. It's a very recognizable scent. Nose to the neck fragrance right here, okay? It's one that definitely reaches out when you're walking by people. They can smell it for sure, but it's a scent that even when you smell it up close, it's just as hypnotizing as a long way out. So really great fragrance. Angel Share by Kilian. I do want to give a shout out, I'll say this as my third, to Meliora by Parfums de Marly. That one just smells like champagne. It smells like, and also blackcurrant, which is kind of like blackberries, but it smells like you own a yacht. It's very much a rich person kind of fragrance, but like the fun, rich person. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not too uptight. You know how to have a good time. You know how to host. Really nice, luxurious, bright, fun, signature scent kind of fragrance. Even though that one's marketed to women, I can see men wearing it. It's like, especially if they have that really fun, kind of flirty vibe for sure. Now, I don't know if I said it, but I'll leave everything linked in the description. Another one, Ylang Gold by Micallef. I don't know if you can see it. You see that? This fragrance smells like banana custard. It's fresh, yet sweet, and it also gives me a tropical vacation kind of vibe. This thing, oh gosh. I find this fragrance to be very alluring. If you're a fan of tropical notes, like you like coconut, and you want something that smells a little bit more exotic, you don't want something too lemony, too sour, citrusy, then try this fragrance. It's a sweet, fruity kind of scent, okay? So Ylang Gold by Micallef. Now for my number 4, oof, man, I always have to talk about this because I love it so much. It's Egypt by 8 and Bob. And this is a spicy cardamom fragrance. So if you're not a fan of sweet, you're not a fan of fresh, you want to go the other way that lots of people don't do, you stand out, it's going to be Egypt by 8 and Bob. This fragrance really is like a femme fatale type of scent. And honestly, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it is a unisex fragrance, so anybody can wear it. But this on a woman, especially when she's just like, this is something that smells really good dressed up. I think you could dress it down as well, but it definitely shows out better when you're dressed to the nines and you walk into the room smelling like this. Everybody's head's gonna turn. This is that fragrance that, honestly, I should make another video after this saying fragrances to wear if you're trying to break backs, and this would be on that list as well, because it's just an insanely attractive fragrance. Performance over 8 hours. Everything that I mentioned performs over 8 hours, no problem. Maybe Meliora, because it's more on the fresh side, you might get 6 to 7, but the other 3, perfect, no problem. All right. Oof. Next is Lamar by Kajal Perfumes. Sweet pineapple fragrance, and the scent trail is heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. This is a unisex fragrance as well. I've sprayed this on guys before, and they really, really liked it. Like, they enjoyed wearing it, and this is a scent that no matter who it's on, compliments galore. Absolutely. This thing goes over 12 hours. It's one of those fragrances that lingers in the room that you're in. So let's say you're at a friend's house and you're hanging out in their living room. Then you go to their kitchen and then you leave. Your friend is still going to smell this lingering around for a long time. So yeah. Oh, shit. This is really, really good. Yeah. This, oh God, man. Her spine goes crazy. All right. So Lamar by Kajal Perfumes. I was going to throw in, you know what? I was going to throw in Baccarat. Okay, you know, I'll say it. I'll say it. Am I the biggest fan of this one out of everything in the list that I've mentioned? No. But I can't deny that a lot of people really do like this scent. Now, is it super unique anymore? No, it's not, just because a lot of people, or a lot of houses, a lot of clone houses have tried to dupe this fragrance. So the DNA is recognizable, and but it still performs easily over 12 hours, okay? This is a cotton candy fragrance. Straight up. Straight up. This thing has a great scent trail, great performance, great longevity. I'm gonna say, or projection, not performance, but yeah, all of that, 10 out of 10. I will say that if you're sensitive to fragrances, watch out for this one. If you do want to wear it, but you think it's too strong, spray it once on your back. You'll be good for the rest of the night. Trust me. There's a reason why this is #1 out of all niche fragrances. Like, this is probably the most popular niche fragrance ever. I know some people argue Creed Aventus, but I'm talking about everybody, not just people in the fragrance community. The people out there in the real world, they have probably seen Baccarat Rouge 540 or have heard of it. So because it's #1 in that aspect, I have to put it on the list because lots of people find this really, really sexy. So MFK, there you go. Now, I also have to say my 2 purple bottles. I have to talk about these 2 purple bottles. I will never make a video like this without them. Intense Cafe by Montal, sweet coffee rose fragrance. I do have a subscriber that said she bought this recently, and the first time she tried it, she thought it was more like, she got more of like this alcoholic tinge to it, I believe, or like a metallic vibe. Something, she said something like that. And then she tried it again recently and she's like, holy shit, I'm in love. So like I've mentioned in previous videos, if you're gonna test it, don't spray it super up close. Spray it from a distance. So by the time it gets to your nose, the alcohol would have evaporated and you're actually left with how the fragrance is supposed to smell. But this one, also unisex, but it's such like a very, this is a fragrance I see on somebody flirty and confident at the same time, you know, because this fragrance isn't something that's really strict. It's not rigid. Like I said, it smells like coffee and roses, right? I find it to be welcoming, but at the same time sure of itself. So just because of that reason, I find this to be a fragrance that if you're wearing it and you're making those eyes at somebody and everything is going right, this is just going to take it to the next level. So Intense Cafe by Montal, and of course the beast Side Effect by Inicio. This is a rum cinnamon fragrance. And like Egypt by 8 & Bob, this can be a scent where your back is broken or a scent that you're out there just wrecking backs. It's just, it has that kind of chameleon effect where whoever wears it, like the fragrance will transform the way that that person is carrying themselves. You know, it's not like if somebody more on the nerdy side wears this, they're like, oh, that's off-putting, blah, 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 it doesn't suit him. Like, this will suit pretty much anybody. It blends really, really nicely. So I do think that this will lean a little bit more, I was gonna say badass in my opinion, but I totally think even the nicest of nice people can really wear this and their sex appeal will just shoot through the roof, especially if they have that confidence. Yeah, you're gonna get wrecked with this fragrance for sure. Definitely a scent that makes its attention, like it definitely gets attention, makes its presence known, but when you smell it up close too, there's just something really sensual, seductive, alluring about it. So Side Effect by Inicio. And am I forgetting anything? I'll save, oh my God, I have to. Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. Huge. I love that fragrance. That's also kind of a cotton candy-ish fragrance, which is like, yeah, Baccarat's cotton candy-ish, but Love Don't Be Shy is like a Fruit Loops. No, not cotton candy. Why was I thinking pink? Can I talk? Jeez. Why was I thinking pink sugar? No, Love Don't Be Shy is a marshmallows fragrance that kind of opens up smelling like Fruit Loops. My bad. I don't know why my mind just warped like that for a second, but yeah, that scent is Aphrodite in a bottle. Very hypnotic kind of fragrance. When you smell it in the air, everyone's like, ooh, that's delicious. Think of Cupid when he's shooting his bow and arrow and then he hits somebody and all of a sudden they lock eyes with somebody else and boom, they're in love. That's kind of how Love Don't Be Shy works, where like somebody smells it on you and it's like, whoa, what the hell? That smells really good. And it's just a huge compliment magnet. It's a great sweet fragrance, also unisex. Okay, so don't be afraid to rock it, whoever you are, but that scent is definitely very pleasing to the nose and Wear it during nighttime. You'll have a great time. And why not just throw in pink sugar? I only wanted to make it niche, but I can throw in a fragrance like pink sugar. That thing is under $25. Like I said, I'll leave it linked in the description so you can check it out, but everything else is probably upwards of 200. All of them really sexy. I promise you, you'll get railed. All right, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.